Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about how to get the Festival of the Lost Destiny 2 seal title now currently with the new system in place. For those of you who do not have the Ghost Rider title, this is your way to earn it. If you do have the title, like I do, then I'm going to describe how to guild it shortly after with these triumphs here. So let's get into it and talk about how to do this event. So, the first triumph is to collect all the masks during Festival of the Lost. Festival of the Lost you can see on the very last page in the portal hub. You go to the event tab here. The very last section for Haunted Mask, you have your masks here, and you have upgrades. So how this works this time around is you have masks that can only be unlocked by doing certain tasks. Once you do these tasks, then you will have access to the masks. So for example, if you want to get the fungal mask, you have to shatter 10 void crystals and defeat 100 combatants. To get the Orin mask, you need to defeat 5 headless ones and complete 20 waves of Altars of Sorrow. Haunted Altars of Sorrow, keep that in mind. Lodi mask, collect 200 candy, complete 20 festival activities. Oryx mask, defeat 25 guardians in the Crucible and collect 500 candy. Grim mask, defeat 750 enemies with void damage and dunk 150 treats during Altars of Sorrow. And failsafe, purchase 15 defenses in the Haunted Altars of Sorrow and defeat combatants while using gourd grenades 50 times. And then, so the second part is to earn your first upgrade for Festival of the Lost mask. Basically, your upgrades for Festival of the Lost masks are right here. There's only 3 of them. They're not tied to any of the masks in particular. They are tied to the upgrade part here. So each and every one of these has a cost of candy. Sugar Crash is 500 candy, Sweet Shielding is 1,000, and Candy Devourer is 1,500. You need to complete all 3 of these for the second part. And then reach event rank 15. You come over here to the overview tab. You'll see we have up to 30 different levels. You only need to get to rank 15, which is up to the Gunburn Shiny. This is all you need. So 15 levels, and then you have that part of the seal title finished. Purchase defenses, defeat nightmares, complete Haunted Altars of Sorrow, and complete portal activities with Festival of the Lost modifiers active. So, all 4 of these can be completed in the same exact activity. Come on over here to the Play Now section. You see here we got Haunted Altars of Sorrow. You can customize and put whatever you want in here. So, the 2 modifiers in particular that we need, 10 gallon mode or trick or treat. As long as you have one of these 2 multipliers, or both, then you will be able to complete that modifier triumph. In this case, it's better off to just not customize it and do the standard mode, because when you do the standard mode, you can see that 10 gallon hat is already on here. It's going to rotate in and out most likely every day, but for today and for this particular video and just to talk about it, doing the normal Altars of Sorrow activity will in fact get you what you need. And if you want to do a lower difficulty to get rewards and not have to worry about insanely high difficulty activities, then you can switch it down to Master and you will still have the same exact modifiers on this activity. So, let's briefly cover how you can do Haunted Altars of Sorrow. So basically how the new Haunted Altars of Sorrow activity goes, when you're playing this activity, you're going to have 4 different rounds. The first 2 rounds will pit you against normal hive enemies like you would normally fight in the Altars of Sorrow on the moon. The only difference is you have a couple of different things happening all at the same time. Normally you'll defeat bosses and prevent them from going to the next aura bubble. When you defeat enemies this time, they're going to drop a massive amount of treats. You have to take those treats back to the bubble where the enemies are trying to get to. You have to stop them before they get to that bubble and take what they're holding and put it in that bubble. Once you get the maximum amount that you need, you're going to go into what is called an alignment phase. Alignment is going to have hive runes scattered around with different enemies that have shields. These particular shields can only be destroyed once you invoke hive magic. Upon invoking hive magic on the little circular green thing on the ground, a shrieker will open up nearby, and that will shoot down the shield on the enemy you need to finish off. Upon getting through the alignments and defeating those alignment bosses, you'll move on to the next phase. All the while, you also have a couple of enemies you'll notice that are wearing hats. You can put on those hats to get little bonuses to your damage. I think that's a neat little touch. And on top of this, the third round is darkness enemies. So there's going to be a lot of very hectic and powerful enemies on that last round. And then the fourth round. You're taking everything you've done before and you're pitting it all together in the final boss, invoking Hive Magic to destroy shields with Shriekers and just unloading all of your weapons on this final boss. Also, in between rounds is another thing. You're going to be able to purchase defenses just like you would in the Onslaught activities. So you can activate trip mines and you can activate turrets. I did not find anything for decoys. I don't think there's any decoys at all, so that's the only thing that they didn't bring from Onslaught, but they brought in the turrets and they brought in the trip mines. So when you need to complete the triumphs for purchasing defenses in the Haunted Altars of Sorrow, all you need to do is just wait for that middle round and go around claiming trip mines and turrets with your treats that you've unlocked over the course of that activity. And that is basically it. In order to get the new seal title itself, in order to get the gilded title, this is what you've got to do. You need to collect 15,000 candy during this Festival of the Lost event. You only have 13 days from day one to complete this event. So you have 13 days to get 15,000 candy. And keep in mind, you get about 800 candy or so from doing one Haunted Altars of Sorrow. So you're going to need to do quite a few rounds in order to get what you need. Not to mention, candy isn't just available from this activity, it's available from all sources during Festival of the Lost. So you could literally just be roaming around on the EDZ in a patrol, not even realizing what's going on. And as long as you're wearing a mask, you will get candy from those enemies. Then you have to complete Haunted Altars of Sorrow with a performance grade of A or higher. This one is only possible if you customize the modifiers and get a higher ranking based on that. So this one's going to be a little bit tough. You might need a full team of people. You might need to do LFG. We'll see. I don't think there's any matchmaking for that. At least it didn't say there was for me. The next one is to wear a mask and complete a dungeon or raid, win rounds in Trials of Osiris, or complete portal activities on Master difficulty or higher. At this point in the game, I'm fairly certain that everybody's at Master difficulty, so literally just completing one Haunted Altars of Sorrow will complete this goal. And last but not least, you have to finish the event rank. So if you want to gild the title, you have to finish the event rank. Other than that, you're done. So that is everything for the Festival of the Lost. Brand new requirements for the existing Ghost Rider seal title. Also, if you want to go check out the store page, you can see there's a lot of haunted little rewards here, including some masks that we haven't seen in a while. And you go to the Bright Dust section, you can see even more. But that's not all. You go to the event page and you can see there are brand new items, brand new sets of armor. You can buy them for silver, or you can buy them for Bright Dust, which I think is a really cool thing, especially for Warlocks. Look at this. We get Slenderman. How's that not cool? That is amazing. But yeah, that's everything. Hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you. Oh my God. Error message 404. For 404 Glimmer, you can get the Weasel Error Mask. That is amazing. Go claim that. It's basically free, guys. 400 Glimmers, like 2 enemy deaths. That is amazing. All right. Now that's everything. Hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Hope you guys found this helpful. And I'll see you in the next guide video, which will probably be for Destiny 2 Renegades.